Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you didn't subscribe so that you will not miss my upcoming videos. So let's get started. So today we have this project, create a currency converter app with JavaFX, and I'm going to read this overview here. This project is a currency converter application developed using JavaFX. It adheres to the model view controller MVC design pattern to ensure a clear separation of concerns. The application allows users to convert amounts between different currencies using a simple and intuitive graphical user interface. The tutorial covers setting up the project, designing the user interface, implementing the conversion logic, and handling user interactions. Perfect for learning JavaFX and MVC design principles. So this is how the user interface will look like when it is done. So we have here the application title. Here we have this label, name, amount to convert. Here we have an input field for amount input here, and this, as you can see, another label from currency. We have this a drop down menu. We will choose the currency name, as you can see here. When we press on this one, we will have this kind of drop down list: United States dollar, euro, British pound sterling, and I just added Bitcoin here to make it more fun. And next you will do the same for the currency here, like this one. We will choose, here is an example amount to convert. We choose $1, like from here to euro, and then we will press this button, convert. So the conversion result, if everything works fine, then we will have the result here. So how we will do it, and I will show you through my GitHub repo. I have a GitHub repo here where we have all the files content which we need. We will copy the files content from here to the project. So this is the link of the repo, and I will put it down below so that you can do the same as I'm doing here. All right, so now what we need, we need just this IDE. Here I have IntelliJ as an IDE to work on my Java projects. So here I have the application, and here we will create a new project, and we just click on this one, and now we will give the name of the project. So here what we can do next, make sure that JavaFX is selected. If you have something selected like this empty project, make sure you select JavaFX here. Here we will put the name of the project, and the name can be whatever name we want. So this is the name, JavaFX currency converter app demo here, and this is the location for the project. You just make sure that you know where the project is located. And here I have this create Git repo, but this is not compulsory if you don't have Git set up in your project. If you have this one or not, the project will still work out. But if you want to push your project to your own GitHub account, so you can add this one. And here we have language Java, build system, we have this Maven here, and group org, this we will get rid of it later. And here we have artifacts, this is just the name as here. And JDK, we have this Temurin 17, and this is the version 17.0.9. We just go next, and here we just leave it as it is. We create the project. Now the initial project is done, we can just test it. We make sure that this hello application file is selected, and make sure current file is selected. If it is not selected, you can press on this arrow here and make sure this is selected. We press this run hello application Java. As you can see, this is the initial starting point of our app development. So this is just by default made here. We will just try to change this kind of user interface. So we can close this one, and now I will make sure that we have the same project structure or project tree here, and here we will just work with this one. Source main, we click on this, and inside we have two folders, Java and resources. And let's go inside this Java folder. We have 3 subfolders here: controller, model, view. And let's see what we have here. We have 3 files, but we will just work with this style.css. We will not need those 2 files in this demo here. We will just grab this file content to our project. But here, let's make sure we have the same structure here. Controller, model, view. We are here, source main, as here, source main. And we have those 2 main folders in this part, and we open this Java folder, and we open this one to resources folder. And now we can get rid of everything except those 2 folders, like Java and resources. I just come and select this one. If you are on a Mac, you can press the command key down and use your mouse to select whatever you want to get rid of in one click. So here we double click on what we have selected, and we go to this button. So we come to this place, delete. So we will delete, and we still have 2 folders here. We select them, org. And we come here, we select those 2, we double click on them. Here, delete. We delete. Now we have 2 empty folders here. And let's create this controller model view. So what you can do, you just select it, double click on it, and come to this place, package, controller. We do the same here for model, and here for view, the same. And then next, let's see what we have inside this controller. So we have one file here, which is currency converter controller. So this file, we will copy everything here, and we create the same file name there and put this file content. So here we can close this pom.xml because we don't need to modify or update it. So we can close this one here. We select this controller folder, we create the same file as this one. Make sure you have the same file name, currency converter controller. So you can select this folder, double click on it, go to new. Here we have Java class. So let's write the file name. So here, this, as you can see, add file to Git. When I add my files to Git, it will be more easier to use Git to push my project to GitHub. If you don't have this, the project should still work. This is not compulsory to make the project works. This is just for my own setting here with Git. So I add it to Git, so we can get rid of everything there and paste what we have copied here from this file content. So next, we just have one file here. Here we go to model. In model, we have how many? We have 2 files. Here we start with this currency file. We open it. So we copy the file content, and then we create the same file here as here. currency, and at the end I will try to explain all the main parts of those files so that you will understand what's going on here. So here we will just copy and paste to make sure everything works correctly, and then we will try to demonstrate and explain the main parts of this project. So next we have two files here, currency model. We select this file and we copy its content, we write. So we come to the same folder here, we create the same file name here, currency model. And next, so we clean everything, we paste what we have here. Next we have this view folder with two files. As you can see, we will start with this currency converter view. We select it, we copy everything from here, we come to this view, we create the same file name here, currency converter view. So view. Here again, we do the same for the last file here, main. We can just copy this sort file, we come to the same folder here, we create the main file. So again, we get rid of everything, we paste what we have here. So next we have this one, and this should be the last file we have to deal with, and this file is inside resources here. We have this CSS file for styling the project. We come back here, we go to resources here and select it, double click on it, go to new. Here you can go to this style sheet. Just if you select this one, you don't need to write the CSS extension, we will just write the file name like style here, and the .css will come automatically. So as you can see here, we just paste again this file content, and then we have to come back to this file. I think there is an error here with the file name. Let's see, I didn't write the file name correctly as it is here. This is converter, and we can still come here, select the file name and go down here, refactor. And when we come to refactor, this is rename file, and this is the place where you can rename the file. Just select where to rename and we press this refactor. As you can see now, we no longer have this error here because the file name was not correct with the same as we have copied from this. So make sure the file name is correct as you copy the content from this. And next, let's go and check out if this works. So here what you can do, we just select this file. This is the main. Here, this is the entry point for our project to get launched. So we launch it here. We select the file. Here we have current file selected and run main Java. Let's see if it works. It seems that it's working correctly. And here we have this user interface, and I will try to explain all the main parts of the file's content step by step while doing this demo here. But first, let's start checking if everything is correct. Here you have one, we choose from currency here. This is United States dollar, and to currency here choose, for example, here British pounds or euro. Let's choose euro here. We press on this convert button. So this is the result which we have here. So let's start explaining what's going on behind this scene window. So here we can close this one now. So now we will start by this file here. So this is the file which manages the application logic. So we will close, but let's put this down here, and I will try to explain the main parts of this file. So here first we have this package name, which is the same here, and we have imported all the components. Those components are needed to make the logic of this conversion works. So first we define the class name here as this currency converter controller, and inside it we have this first variable. So this is the default constructor of our class here, and inside we have this one, currency model equals to new instance of this currency model. So we have this currency model here imported to make sure that the logic works, and we will go back to this file. But as you can see, here we make the connection between our variable here with currency model, our variable here having this new instance of this currency model which we have imported here, and this is the class. And next we have this return an observable list of currencies. This is a getter method to return the list of the currencies here. So here we have defined this currency just to return the list of currencies here, which we use in different parts of the other files. Next we have this part, convert the given amount from the source currency to the target currency. So public double convert currency. So we have defined this method here to convert the currency here, and it has 3 arguments. First is the amount, second is the source currency, and third here is the target currency. And here is for the amount is the from the currency here, this will be the source currency, and this is the target currency. So we use this method to handle that. And we have an if statement inside. For example, if source currency equals to null or target currency equals to null, then return 0. For example, if we just put 1 here and we don't have something here, it should return null. But I have worked on the error handling so that it will display a message, and I will explain this later, because just returning this is not so user friendly. That's why I have added something here. And if I press here, you will see that message, select both from currency and to currency. So to make the application more user friendly, and this part will be explained later in another file. Next we have this get the conversion rates. So here we have 2 double variables to get the conversion rates and calculate the conversion amount. Next we have this calculate the converted amount. We have this logic here to do the conversion. Return, we have between parentheses amount divided by source rate, then this means here times target rate. And next we have here, this is the currency file, so which is here, and this is a more detailed description of this project. So if you have time, you can read it and understand more better what this is about. So here is the package model coming from here, and again we have defined this class name currency, and we have 3 variables here abbreviation name conversion rate. So this is for the currency. The currency should have an abbreviation, it should have a name, and also a conversion rate. So here we have the default constructor for the currency. So here we have those three variables as arguments. We have abbreviation name and conversion rate. So we connect those one to this here, like this, the abbreviation equals the abbreviation here, and so on for the other. So the abbreviation here, for example, is this part, and the name here is for every name here, like the currency name, and we have the conversion rate to do the conversion rate calculation. And next we have here some getters methods defined to return the value of here the abbreviation, to return the value of name, and to return the value of this conversion rate. So those three methods are just returning the values of what we have inside. And we have this override public string to string, so this should return the string here. And next we have this file here, currency model. So here we have this package model, has the same name here, and we have these two imports components, the array list and the list, and we define this class as currency model. Here we have this first variable for currencies, so this will store our currencies here. This will be a list to store the currencies. Public currency model here, this is the default constructor. We have currencies equals to this new instance of array list, so this will be the place where we will store our currencies. Next we have this part, hard coded some currencies temporary. So because, as you know, this currency conversion is always fluctuating, going up and down all the time, here we just hard coded here, for example, how much $1 equals to euro is approximately, we have this 0.94 here for British pounds, 0.81, but if this is rounded we'll go to 82, and here we have this is the approximation also. So I just added Bitcoin here to make this application more interesting. So here we have this get currencies method. This is the getter method to return those currencies list. And next we have here currency converter view. So the user interface of this application is almost coming from this part. So this will be a little bit long, but we will go through the main parts to explain it. At the beginning, as you know, here we have this package view. From the same folder here, we have imported all the necessary components here for the application. This one is currency converter controller file connected with this file, and we have application here, event handler, inserts, scene, and so on. Here we have defined this class name as currency converter view, then it will extend this application coming from the library here. And next we have this variable here, currency converter controller. Here we have JavaFX components variables defined at class level. So private text field, this will be the amount field, and we have this will be the amount field, as you can see here. Choice box currency, this is for source currency choice box, and this is for the target currency choice box. So this is the source and this is the target boxes to choose the currency name. And here we have label results. So as you can see, this is a label here. And next we have this launch the application. and at override here, because this start method is coming from the library, as you can see here, we have to override what it has somewhere to put our own logic here. So here we have this argument stage window. For this window, create the controller. So we have again this controller getting the new instance of this currency converter controller class, which is here. And here we have this part initialize JavaFX components, create the amount field with a numeric input field. So here we will just add numeric inputs, so it will not allow to add something except numeric inputs. So let's go step by step here to explain it. So here we have this amount field getting the new instance of this text field method. So this is for this part here. Then we use this same variable here to add and to filter whatever we are adding here, and this will be checking our key inputs whenever we try to put something inside. This is the part trying to handle that. And we have source currency choice, target currency choice. Those are for the choice boxes here. This is the first choice box and the second choice box. So next we have here, this is the button, convert button. This is the name we have here. As you can see, this convert button, and this button name is coming from this string here. And the result label here, we have this result label. And next we have these setup choice box converters for displaying currency names. So here we have used those two variables to display the currency names as here, and also here for the source and target currencies. So is this part doing that. And we have here create the layout. So this is creating the layout of this scene or window content. If we change this part and this part, you will see the display will also change here. You can try to change the numbers to play with it. And next we have this part, layout the get children, the add all. Here we have this label here, amount to convert. So this amount to convert is for this label here, amount to convert. We have the second label from currency to currency here, from currency to currency, and we have a result here label. So those are the labels used inside. They are coming from this part. Next we have this part, setup event handling. So this convert button dot set on action. So this is the part for this button to listens whenever we put an amount here, choose a source currency and target currency here. If everything is correct, so this should make the conversion. So this is the line for that, and we have here set up the scene and show the stage. Scene view here we have here 500 by 450 pixels for what we have here. And next we have this style.css file. This is the file we have imported here to do some styling. And window.set title. So this is the title we have here, currency converter. This is the name coming to this part. And here we have set scene. We have this view inside, and this is to display the window we have in this part. And next we have event handler for filtering numeric inputs. So here we will make sure that we will just import, we will just have numeric inputs here. Private event handler key event. So this is the method defined here, and we have return event, and inside this one here we have input equals to this event get character, and we have an if statement. If not input matches, this is a regex or regular expression. We have to make sure that this is the part doing this kind of magic here to make sure that we have only those numeric inputs here. So here is the comment, allow digits and the decimal point. Result label, also set text only digits and decimal points allowed. So this is message we have here. If we try to put a letter here like A, we have this error handling message, only digits and decimal points are allowed. So this is the message we have here to make sure that we have a very nice user interface. This is the message we use to make sure that the user is not lost and the user can understand what's going on if the user tries to put a letter here. So this is what happens, and it is coming from this part. And again we have this one label, we have result label here. This is, we have used this part as the selector in our CSS here to make this color red here. And I can go back here to show you we have this error message, and to style it to red so that the user can understand what's going on. And we have it here, error message, and the error style class, and even the consume. So this prevent non-numeric inputs. If this is not true, then it will jump to this. Else here, remove the error style class if input is valid. For example, if we come back here, we try to put a valid number here, this should disappear, this part doing that job. Next, we have this event handler for converting the currency, private void convert currency method, and we have try and catch mechanism here. Inside we have this double, because we can, for example, put 2.5, for example, euros converted to another thing. That's why we have this double here. We can add decimal point. This one is for the source currency and the target currency here. And next we have this check if source and target currency are selected. So if, for example, we want to convert this part without selecting this source and target, something should happen here. We should display an error message here to make sure the user selects the source and the target currency. If source currency equals to null or target currency equals to null, then we have to display this message, select both from currency to currency. So let's press on this one without selecting anything. We have this 2.5 there. Select both from currency to currency. This is the message for the user here, and this is just for the styling, like we make it red here. Else we have this part here. If everything is correct, if everything is working correctly, then this else part should run and make our currency conversions a success. So here we have double result equals to this controller to get the amount, the source currency and the target currency here, and we will go down here and display the result. Like, let's say that we have here 2.5 euros in dollar. So we make the conversion, so this works fine and it's coming from here, and this %2 means that we just want to have two numbers after the comma here. And here we have the success style class. So this is the success style to make this part green, and this is the selector inside this CSS here, success message. Next we have here is to catch the error. For example, if we want to convert something here without putting an amount, so this should be displayed down below here. So if we don't add something here and we want to convert, you will see this message, invalid amount, coming from this part. Even if we choose here source currency and the target currency here, we will still have this message because this is empty. This is the line code doing this, and this also is to style this part. And soon we have this one, custom converter for choice box to display currency names. So this is the class we have here to display those currency names here, and this class is handling this part, so that whenever we press on this arrow, we will have those currency names displayed in this part as strings. So this is handling that. So inside this part we have this an if statement here, like return currency. So this is an if statement, like if currency not equals to null, true, then currency don't get name, we will get the name of currency, else there's nothing. It's like when we try to select a name here, then we get it, but this is the else part. Else return an empty string, like here we didn't choose anything, so it is an empty string. So this is the part handling those two choice boxes, to either display when we choose a name or to leave it as default or as an empty string from this part. And finally we have this one. So this is the entry point to launch our application. Here we have this currency converter view. This is this file, and attached to this launch method here, and we will launch this class file. And the CSS, here we have the text field to make some font family here, font size for what we have inside here, those, and choice boxes also here inside to style inside those choice boxes. And we have the button here to style this button, and we have button pressed. Whenever we press the button, we should change the background color. Like, let's press it, so you can see the background color is changing, is coming from this part. And those two parts have been explained for the error message. So if we have an error message, it should be styled to red here, and the font weight is bold. And if it is a success message, it will be green and bold here. This is the main part of this application, and if you have some difficulties or questions, leave them down below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel. See you next time. Bye bye.